The little things in life that make you happy are not stupid and they shouldn't be ignored. It is unrealistic to think that someone could be happy all the time. But doing small things a day that you know are going to make you happy can lead you to a more content life. We have but one life. I try to fill mine with things that make me happy. And I'm here to encourage you and inspire you to do the same. And I also take you through the step-by-step process of one of my favorite hobbies, how I go from a pile of leaves to a beautiful picture. I am sharing this process with you for two reasons. One, if you like it and you think it's something you might do, you'd be able to get into it as well. Or maybe just watching my videos will make you relax and think of some other things you used to do when you were young, and maybe it will encourage you to pick up this hobby that you used to have. When was the last time you did something just for the joy of it? Because it relaxes you, because it makes you feel good, because it's fun. I want to share with you something that I recently picked up again that I used to enjoy doing when I was a child. Because also one of my videos on this channel, how to make a Dordongo, went semi-viral, but it gave me the push my channel needed and I needed to start me off, monetize me, and thanks to quite a few of you and your lovely comments, it gave me more self-confidence to actually keep going with this channel. Do you have something that you used to do when you were a child and it used to give you so much pleasure, and now, being a grown-up, you never even thought of doing it again? Yes, I know how you feel. Life is so busy and sometimes it can pass so fast. But it is very important for you, for your mental health and your happiness, to get in touch with your inner child and start doing the things that make you truly happy. If you have a very busy life, family, work, you should still make just a little bit of time every day where you have it to yourself, where you're truly happy doing something you really want to do. Throughout the year, I'm constantly looking for leaves to pick from the trees. I love the different colors of leaves and the different textures, so I like picking them at different times of the year. One of my favorite leaves is the blueberry bush leaf, but if I picked it when it was in season, they'd be green. But when I wait till they're nearly going to fall off the bush, they are a beautiful red color. And make sure I pick them on a really dry day, so the leaves are not wet. They don't even have a tiny bit of moisture on them, otherwise they will mold in the leaf press. And then I put them in the leaf press for around 6 weeks, and every day I step on the leaf press to make it tighter and tighter and tighter. And when they're ready, I just take them out of the press. If I don't need them, I will just leave them in the press because they stay better. If I'm going to use them, I just empty the press and try and color coordinate them in different boxes. I grew up in Malta, which is a beautiful island, a lot of history, but it was lacking in the most important thing for me: nature, animals, birds. We hardly had any of those around. But we did have a lovely garden. And from a very young age, I used to collect leaves all the time. Anything different that I thought would press nicely, I would collect and put in books. And then make yet another picture for my mother. I was always an I love nature and animals kind of child. I spent a lot of my time playing outdoors with sticks and stones and pebbles. Very little time indoors playing with man-made toys. The way things are in the world now, it is pretty hard to do, and especially if you live in a city. But I feel your body needs to be in touch with nature. Your mind needs to be in touch with nature. And that is when I'm the happiest. 40 years later, and very little has changed. My partner bans me from getting any pebbles into our tiny home now. Because every time I go for a walk, which is twice a day, I go home with something. Wow, can we take some rocks home? Wow, look at this one. This one's really special. At the age of 11, I went abroad for the first time to England, and my world of nature and animals opened up. I was so spoiled over there. I was in awe of the amount of trees and flowers that there were around, and I just spent a lot of my time picking leaves and petals. And that's where someone bought me my first flower and leaf press, which made me love picking leaves and flowers even more, because now I had somewhere specific to keep them in. And that was probably the first time I really knew that my country was not for me. I wanted to live somewhere else from a very young age. I am going to stop myself from going back to my childhood days, because I can keep going on forever, and this is not what this video is about. When I start my leaf picture, I just get all the leaves out. I open all the boxes and look at the colors. And I spent quite a bit of time on this. I just imagine what the picture is going to be like with the colors I'm using and the different leaves. If I need big leaves or little leaves in certain areas.
And then I get out the ones that I think I'm going to use and start placing them without putting glue first. Sometimes I don't like how it's turning out and I just scrap it. I just use the leaves like any artist would use when they're going to start painting a picture. I put the different colors together, different shades together, and then I have my base to work with. Now this next step just depends on the picture, but normally if there's very intricate details, I start with those first and move in towards the middle of the picture. Because generally, for example, if I'm doing this cat's tail, I would need a lot of little leaves. So I'll use the little leaves first, and then I could go to the middle, which makes it easier because I'm just picking the bigger leaves for the middle of the picture. And just a tiny bit of glue on the backside and moving them around a bit, the picture starts taking shape. After many years of working very hard in Malta and then traveling and going back to Malta, working hard and then traveling again and doing that many times, me and my partner wanted to break this system that we had and just find somewhere where we're truly happy and where we can work for ourselves and build on our dreams. And now I'm happy to say that we live on our own beautiful piece of land in Portugal, where we live off-grid. But when we chose the simple life, as happy as it made us, it just made our life a lot harder in different ways. Like we had to learn everything from scratch. So over the last few years, I kind of forgot about time for myself, time to relax and do things that make me happy. And this is why I picked up my leaf pictures again. I never stopped picking leaves from trees and pressing them, but that is all I used to do with them. And then last year I started making bookmarks with just a few wildflowers that I would pick off the land. But only recently I went back to making leaf pictures again, and I am loving it. I do feel that making something is not about the result. I mean, even the result is nice, but it is about the process. And this Dordango video that I mentioned that got a lot of comments saying, why? What do I do with it now once I make it? And for me, I didn't even think of explaining that in the video because I don't feel like I need to explain why it's so nice to do something just for the relaxation, just for the exercise of it. And why do we make anything really? If you haven't watched it, I get a bit of dirt, mix it with water, and then with a lot of playing around with it and making it a beautiful sphere and polishing it, it becomes this beautiful shiny sphere, which is crazy because I start out with a shovel of dirt. And for me, that blew my mind that I could make something like that. So in that case, and in my case, it wasn't about what to do with this Dordango after I'm finished. It was just the process and just looking at it and seeing what I made with my own two hands. No money, and I just had an awesome time making it. But making these leaf pictures is different. Number one, it sends me back to my childhood when I was young and I was carefree, collecting leaves and just making it for the first time when no one showed me how to do it. It was just instinct. I got a leaf, pressed it, so I liked it. Then I started making these pictures for my mother that she loved. And as I got older, I still continued making these leaf pictures for friends. I was really into the Looney Tunes, so I made a lot of Tazzes, Daffy Ducks. I'm hoping if someone watches this video who knew me when you were younger, that maybe you still have it and you contact me and send me a little picture of it. That would be amazing, unless you threw it away. I am still with my partner after 26 years, and when we were together for 6 months, I made him a Daffy Duck too. And we still have it till today. I made this for him in 1999, so quite a long time ago. We were together 6 months. Cute young lamb. Doesn't it still look amazing after 26 years? Okay, I'm going to stop a little bit to show you the river because it is beautiful. Now once it's ready, all I do is frame it. I don't spray anything on it to make them last longer. There was a time when I was making a few leaf pictures and I was painting PVA glue on top, and that made them really nice and shiny. But I didn't like the finish quite as much. I really like the matte look of a leaf. 6 years of living like this in nature, I also know when the best time to pick leaves is, the ones I really like using in my pictures. I know when to plant seeds, when to work really hard, and also when to take a break when life just gets way too busy. I wish all children and adults could actually have the childhood that I am living now at 45 years old. We should all know the names of plants and animals and how to live in harmony with nature. We should spend less money on things we don't need, and sometimes this is really hard because there is just so much out there now, and more on things that make us happy, like traveling or picking up a hobby. My art costs me absolutely nothing but leaves and a little bit of PVA glue, and it leaves me very, very content. There is a fine line between working too much, because everyone needs money and I'd be stupid to say they don't. But you also have to make time to do fun things in life, things that make you feel young and happy and full of energy, to balance everything out. So what do I want you to take from this video, apart from do things that make you happy because they will make you feel good? Instead of buying something for someone you love, try and make them something that they will treasure, so they can look at it and think, oh, someone loved me enough to put the time and their creative skill into it and make me this beautiful thing. Well, I hope you enjoyed spending a little bit of time with me, and I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit of my story and watching me make this leaf picture. Are there any hobbies you used to love doing when you were a kid and you think you might pick them up again now after watching my video? Sharing your ideas with me in the comment section will make me super happy. This leaf picture that I made it for a few special people, which is Molly, who is my dog, the veterinary clinic. They are lovely with her. She loves them so much, and they have changed her life because she is a bit of a special dog, has a bit of a quirky nature and can be a bit hard to deal with sometimes, but she loves them and feels relaxed when she's in their company. So I just wanted to make them something to show them I truly appreciate what they have done for her. A friend of mine suggested making prints of them, and they are for sale in my shop. So if you want to take a look, I have a few of them ready, and you will be helping me out a crazy amount because it will help me continue with my channel and keep producing these videos. But in saying that, because money isn't everything and your views count, sharing my video with people you think might enjoy it will help me a crazy amount too. So thank you very much. Your lovely comments are welcome. I love reading them, and I'll see you in my next video. If you enjoyed this and want to make your own paintbrush with your pet's fur or your own hair, why not watch this one next?
It's so cute. I'm gonna take a little bit of this, okay? Kiss your tail goodbye. Kiss your tail.